So first, so you have to identify the concept that you feel the weakest for you. So second is you have to identify what kind of learner you are. So which one works for you. So third is have me time. So do the things that you feel happy or stuff you are passionate about. Next is yeah, you have to believe and trust yourself that you are prepared for this.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to IPass Online Review and Mentoring Academy. My name is John, and I'll be your host for tonight. Here at Hope Talk, we invite successful IPass Online Review candidates in the NCLEX to share their wonderful stories and learnings from their journey in achieving the goals of becoming registered nurses in the USA, Canada, and Australia. Behind each success story lies a narrative of perseverance, determination, and the pursuit of excellence in the face of challenges. Her stories will serve as a source of inspiration for all of us, highlighting the transformative power of education and the limitless possibilities that await those who dare to dream and work tirelessly to achieve their goals. She said that when we dream to achieve something, we really have to work hard for it, earn it, and do it by heart. The path may be bumpy and challenging, yet we just really need to stick to it. And when the right time comes, it will be the sweetest, so never give up. It might be an understatement, but it speaks a lot. So, with that, I would like to introduce to you our newest NGN passer, Ma'am Christie Montano, USRN. Good evening to you, Ma'am Christie.
Good evening, sir.
Ma'am Christie, where are you currently located pa?
I'm currently here in Davao. So I went back in our province. But actually, I'm working in Makati.
Oh, nice. So, how many days do you have to go back to Davao and spend some off days?
Tomorrow, I will that my flight will be tomorrow. So I'm just processing my documents here for I'm preparing for my visa screen, something like that.
Wow. Wow, it's a step closer to your achieving your goals, no? After passing the NCLEX. So that's our next struggle and our next goals is to process our documents after passing the
Yeah,
NCLEX so that we can move to
definitely.
US as soon as possible.
Hopefully, by God's grace.
Ma'am Chrissy, how does it feel that you already passed the NCLEX?
It feels surreal. Like it was really unexpected actually. Because the exam was really tricky and they're playing
Mm.
with words. I was not really confident, but I believe that I have equipped well with IPass Review Center. So yeah, it was like my aside from my perseverance, IPass helped me a lot in passing and acing my exam. So I'm very
That's good
thankful
to
with
hear.
IPass Mentoring Academy.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ma'am Christy, for trusting IPass Online Review and Mentoring Academy in helping you achieving your goals. But we would want to know you better. Can you share to us your educational background and your working experiences?
Just a short bio data from me. So, hi everyone. So, good evening from the Philippines, and hello to our international students, our international aspirants. So, I'm Nurse Christie. I'm licensed public teacher, USRN, 41 from Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Hello, shout out from those from Davao, from Mindanao, from the southern part of the Philippines. So, I passed my NCLEX exam like last April 2024. So I'm from cycle 12 and I started my review around November, then finished at February. So it took roughly 5 months intensive preparation. Luckily, I aced it with the help of IPass processing and, of course, IPass Review and Mentor Academy. So way back, okay, this is all me now. So way back in 2018. So it was like a turning point of my life. So at the age of 35, since I'm 41 now, I decided to be a nurse because, I'm still seeking for my sense of purpose. For me, it doesn't matter when you start early or late, just like me. But when you have found your sense of purpose and you're like venturing into that path, it feels so right. So it was challenging since I'm one of those pandemic graduates. I did not have much hospital experience exposure, Like it was like a drastic transition of different platforms. Everything was online. So fast forward, I finished my nursing degree at 2022. So it was just fresh at Tagum Doctors College and Corporation in Tagum City. Took my board exam, passed. I think took my board exam around November the same year, passed and hired instantly in Manila. So I flew in Manila like around 2 weeks after I passed my board exam. I just want to, for me and my situation, I just want to inspire those people that we have our own timeline. So I started late, right? I was 35 and I decided to become a nurse. So we have our own timeline at the right time. So it is for you. With God's grace, it's for you. So when I started my NCLEX journey, it was like July 2023. I was working already in Manila. I searched for a reputable agency to process my application hassle free since I'm working here. I mean, in Metro Manila. And then I saw an ad from Facebook about IPass processing. So after a few deliberation, I decided to visit their site. So I went in Manila branch. Like I want to learn firsthand about the processing since I'm not that techy. So I really want to go in their site. So there I passed process and assisted me and my NCLEX application in the state of New York hassle free since I'm working. So they aided me in processing my papers from the province. So, 'di ba, I work in Metro Manila and then my papers, my school is in Davao. So, they assisted me and also my PRC as well. So, I'm very thankful because I did not have much problem in the processing. I received my approval from New York BON, I think around September. And after a couple of months, I received my ATT. So, around November, yeah, decided to sit my exam like around April 30. So I want it at the end of the month because I want to, in our review we have our trending topics. So I want to attend the trending topic. So for me it's effective. And then yeah, I took my NCLEX in Makati person view. So recalling my nerve-wracking exam, like it was like I sit there for 10 minutes just sitting there and contemplating and praying because I know this is my purpose and I want to really give my strength. Yeah. So I really contemplate and yeah, this is for my family, for my loved ones, why I am sitting in this very cubicle. And of course, this is for me, for myself to have a better future. So, if you guys ask me about some tips on how to pass the board exam, I mean the NCLEX exam, so I listed this so that I will not miss any. So first, so you have to identify the concept that you feel the weakest for you. So for me, when I started my review, so I've read already books since I took my licensure exam on 2022, so it's still fresh. I just want to develop it well, the concept. But then it's really, I find difficulty in cardio and respite. So it's very difficult for me. Like, I really want to understand that concept because that's my weakest. So when I took my review, so I always rewatch the videos until it will be clear to me. So Sir J, I'm very thankful because it really opened up my mind, enlightened me with the things about cardio. So that's my really yes, it's hard for me. But then later on it is easier for me. I really understood well that concept. So it helps me a lot. Then I read the roadmap book. So wherever I go, so I always have that soft copy. I have that in my iPad. So whenever I have time, I really maybe I read that book like maybe 10 times. Like always reading that and then I
Amazing.
read it like every single time. Like it's my holy Bible. And then also the charity, I answer the charity maybe 2 times. It will really help you a lot. The charity. And then second is you have to identify what kind of learner you are. So which one works for you? So I am an oral learner. I better learn and retain information with listening. So some of us are visual, some of us they learn and like writing everything, like making some a lot of post it like that, something like that, and they write it in the wall. So whatever works for you for better retention, do it because it will really help you. Then third is have me time. So do the things that you feel happy or stuff you are passionate about during your free time. So during the course duration of my review, so I love climbing mountains. So I climb I think three mountains in Luzon. So the highest was Mount Pulag. So it really like just to breathe because I know how it feels. I know how like anxious we are. Sometimes we question our, oh, is this really for me? Like why I have very low score because honestly, when I started answering the diagnostic exam in the Moodle, like oh my god, that I think that's 75 items. So I had like
Mhm.
around less than half. So I really, oh my god, am I really ready for this? Because my score is very low. But then, as we go on with the review intensively, so it really improve a lot. So I always answer a question in the Moodle, all the exercises during my preparation. So just practice and practice. It will really help you. And the questions there are like similar, like really similar with the questions with the multiple choice question and the same with the NCLEX exam. So next is, yeah, you have to believe and trust yourself that you are prepared for this. We have our mentors, there you have to trust them, who are very dynamic or during the review. To be honest, I attended religiously all the reviews. So I was just like a silent listener. Like I don't really interact. So I don't interact with, I'm listening, but I listened intently. And then after that, after sometimes our review is around 8 p.m. to 12 here in the Philippines. So after that, I also watch the pre-recorded during the day. So if I have time. So it's just a matter of practice, repetition. So as always, one of our mentors said that repetition is the key. So it is very effective for me. So you have to read, watch, rewatch, answer, practice, maximize your Moodle account. I utilize the Moodle account like all the exercises there. I really answered. I didn't have much time in the U world because I have only like less than a month left. So I utilize the Moodle, the all the practice questions there. It really helped me a lot. And then pray. Pray and offer this moment. Like the main reason why you're sitting, you're taking this, you're venturing this journey. Think of your inspiration, your family and loved ones. This is for them, especially for you. So and then allow me to say thank you to extend my gratitude. Thank you, IPass Processing and IPass Review Center for being the instrument for all of us, not just me, but we have hundreds of aspirants. And then to our like CEO, Mom Rachel, thank you for founding IPAS. To our mentors, yes, Sir Jay, Mom Paula, Sir Alexander, Mom Haya, Mom Rosana, and to the new mentors. I know we have our new mentors now. So thank you so much to my coach, Ma'am Katrina. She prayed with me and made sure I'm heard and I mattered. So of course I was so anxious during the last like 1 week before my exam. So she helped, she advised me to relax, to do something good, to rest, plenty of sleep and health. You have to also to nourish your body because it will help us think deeply, analyze. We have to nourish our brain. And then guys, you need to listen to all our mentors. You have to attend because you will learn every mentors, every experience they share to us. It will really help us. And when you are already answering, so you will just remember, this is what Sir Jay said, this is what Mom Haya, this is what Mom Rosanna said, this is what. Sir Alexander. So the trending topics is very helpful to narrow down your nursing concept is so broad. So it helps us narrow down so what to focus on. At least we have something to focus on. So thank you very much, IPAS. I owe them big time. You could never go wrong in IPAS, I promise.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Christie. First of all, thank you for trusting IPass Processing and IPass Online Review and Mentoring Academy in helping you achieving your American dream. So we have a lot of passers, more than it's
Yeah.
thousands of students. Imagine, and we are going for fourth year anniversary for online review
Wow.
this month. So stay tuned for our anniversary specials, no? I just want to highlight, Ma'am Christie, with regards to the timeline and the age.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter when are you going to start your NCLEX. As long as if you think it's your calling, better start now. Don't think twice.
Yes, exactly, sure. I agree
Yes.
with you.
It doesn't matter how many months you're gonna prepare for the
Yes.
exam, as long as you are religiously focusing and following the lectures that we have in IPass. And like what you did, Ma'am Christie, you have followed according to the plan and according to the
Yes.
advices from the mentors and to your coaches. And those tips really are really helpful to our students. And I think those tips are have been used by most of our passers. So these are one of the inspirations that you can share it to your classmates and to the upcoming USRN, Australian RN, and Canadian
Hopefuls.
RN. Yes, to our hopefuls. And one of these days, like you have attended our Hope Talk, I'm really looking forward for our students who will be sharing their stories as well. But we would like to know you better, Ma'am Christie. How do you structure
Yeah.
your study plan during the time that you started your online review?
When I decided to take my NCLEX, first day of my application, I have already read, books. I love reading books. When I started working, I'm still reading when I
Mm,
find time. So that's why it's easier for me to I really prepared for that because I know we have just a short span of time in reviewing. We have just 3 months, but actually for a year, right, sir? For a year
yeah.
as long as until you pass. But then my target is I have to pass it in one take. So I really prepared for it beforehand. So I read book because when you start reviewing, it will be delaying if you will read books like one book. I've read Brunner and Sudart, the medical surgical nursing, like it's like 2,000 pages. So I've read that. I've read materials from my books from college. So when I started reviewing, so I focused more on the concept that they're trying to give us for because it's very broad. Nursing concept is very broad. So the roadmap is very helpful in guiding us the concept that we need to focus on because especially in US setting. And then so I usually read and then after that I listen. So I listen and listen in discussion and then I rewatch it in the morning and then if I have time I have my headphones on and then I'll just listen. So because I'm an oral learner, I learn more in listening. So I hope I'll do good in my listening skills in IELTS. But I write some, some important that are new to me concept. So I it's my first time to hear this term, so I have to write it and I have to research it. And when I research it, I also watch videos related into it because when you write, when you listen, when you see, and then when you everything, so the retention is better. And then yeah, I just listen and listen. And when I finished with my review, the 3 months, I still attend. I still attended the review. So just listening, especially almost all concept. So it's just a matter of repetition, especially trending topics with Sir Alexander. So it's really helpful. It will give you a hint for the concept that may be included in your exam. We don't know, but at least because every day you will learn every day new concept, new ideas, new knowledge when our mentors are sharing. So So you just have to learn every day, learn, relearn, and then that's the time when that concept will be retained
Mhm.
permanently.
That's really nice to hear because in the beginning, we really have to structure our study plan.
Yes.
And that's what you did. You have dedicated your time and focus to each nursing topic because you have
Yes.
attended everything. So you
Yeah.
have utilized a variety of resources that can hone your understanding of the
Exactly.
concepts, like the medical concepts, and to be able to sharpen your critical thinking skills by
Yes.
attending the drills because we have after lecture we have the drills, so it's up to you if you want to attend the lectures first before attending the drills, but that is a really advisable
Yes.
because it will prepare you for the practice questions.
I
And
answered all the practice questions. And then, yeah, later on, at first, of course, you will get, oh my God, my scores like very low. But then later on, when you practice, when you rewatch, attend, then it will really improve. And then it will be easier for you. Oh, this question, like it will be familiarized to you. So it would be helpful, especially those practice questions in Moodle.
that's true because with diligent preparation you will instill confidence
Ah,
as time
yes.
passes by. For example, in the beginning, of course, you will have less confidence because you don't have so much knowledge with them. But the moment
Yes.
you started and religiously attending all the concepts of IPass online review, you will have this sense of readiness and
Yes, sir.
you are more determined in what you're doing because what we do is we should have a daily goals. We don't
Mhm.
anticipate or that you have to attend so much because there are a lot of concepts in
Yes, it's
this in
very broad,
nursing.
sir.
So that's why it's important for you to experiment the study habits that you can adapt for this approach. For example, like what you mentioned, you have assess yourself. You're an auditory learner. You like
Yes.
to listen. Some of them they like to watch reading
Yes,
and they
for
like to
sure.
write. So you
Correct.
have found your comfort level in a way that it will help you somehow better understand the concepts. So through this review, you're able to do some self-assessment along the way. For sure, you have identified your weak areas
Yes,
and you have worked on those
I
weakness to help you strengthen your knowledge base.
yes, sure. With the help of our mentors, like it will improve your understanding, and when you do analysis, especially in the case analysis items. So I stop at 90.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
I stopped at 90. I was really anxious because, oh my God, why 90? Because mostly I've heard they stop at 85. So, oh my
Mm,
God, why 90? I'm feeling this. I searched for some pastors that stop in 90. So I found one.
mm-mm.
So at least I have a bit of hope. Oh my God, she passed maybe. Oh my God. So
And how do you think your clinical experiences contribute to your NCLEX preparation?
I only have, I think, less than a year experience in the clinical setting. It seems it helps also. It helped me in like analyzing cases. I had some cases that is relatable with the clinical experience that I had. But then you have to stick with the standard because
Yeah.
there are some variation. There's some, though they're the same, but there are some standards, there are variation. So we really stick with the standard so that we can answer accurately the case analysis, and then with the help of, I think, Ma'am Paula. So she championed in that case analysis in GN. So yeah, I love listening and watching her videos and how to attack those tricky case analysis questions. And for me, a case analysis helped me better because it is given to you. There are like doctor's order, there are already diagnoses, so it will help you analyze. And unlike in multiple choices, like it's very tricky. Like they're playing with words. The question is like very easy. Like it's basic. Like I always think of an entry level nurse when I'm answering the
Mhm.
question. So the question is very easy, but the options are very tricky. Like sometimes all of them are right. Like you have to choose the best answer. Just like my question, it was like about
Uh,
safety. So that's why the choices are very tricky.
that's why you will realize in answering the practice questions or even on your actual exam, it boils down to your mastery concept, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's
Nice
really
to see.
important, like what Ma'am Christie have mentioned. She have prepared 5 months of intensive review. She have
Yeah.
honed her mastery concept and her critical thinking skills. But being a busy person, how were you able to
Yes.
manage your time in working and studying at the same time?
Yeah, it needs time management. So you have to allocate your time well, and then you have to allocate to working and studying and then sleeping. So I don't deprive myself of sleep because when I sleep a lot, like it will help me think better. So I have really time for sleep, and then whenever I'm very sleepy, I have to sleep or a nap will do, and then after a nap, a short nap, I will go on with my review. Every single time I have vacant time. So I allocated it with the review because, I have to be prepared for this. So in that span, I have to focus. I have to do manage my time well because I have that span of time. So after that, if you will pass, then you will have all your time. So you just have to manage your time.
And some of our classmates were asking, how many hours can you allocate for study while working?
I took like 2 to 3 hours, and then whenever I have free time, I have my roadmap with me. So I always like reading it. I think the whole time 10 times from patient. It's just like I consider it like reading a novel. When you're sitting there and then you finish a novel. So I consider it as a novel. That's why I can read it like in one sitting, like the whole book. And then again at another time. So I always have with me my roadmap. And then I also allocate, I think, 1 hour for answering, especially after I finish my 3-month review. So from that time, I am now focusing more on practice questions. So every day, 1 hour for that.
Thank you for sharing, Ma'am Christie. So the moment you have utilized all the mastery concepts, do you still read and go back to the concepts while you were answering practice questions? How do you do that?
Yeah, mostly if I have some confusion, so I have to go back there. We are very lucky because we have a lot of the information and the knowledge. It's just really accessible for us. So if it will not really clear, you have confusion, so you have to find sometimes I also watch YouTube, something like that. There are some videos, and then my review, the Moodle. So during my free time, so I don't waste any of my free time if for learning because I focus that in my 5-month review. So I have to focus in preparation for NCLEX. So you just need to focus.
Because some of our classmates who are working and studying at the same time,
Yes,
they
yes.
are finding it really hard or they're having a hard time to really balance work and
Yes.
studying at the same time with other commitments and responsibilities at home. So, what will be your advice to our students who are in the verge of resigning because they wanted to focus on their review? What's your take on that?
It would really depend on the person, on the review, which one should be her priority. But if she can manage that, then okay. But we are different type of learners. So sometimes we cannot do effectively multiple tasks. We need to pause, and it does not hurt. So it's okay for us to pause. Like me, I also decided to focus on my review that span of time, and then I stopped working. That's why I have that 5-month span of time to review because my goal is to pass it in one take.
Yes, I really totally understand where you're coming from, Ma'am Christy. Some of our classmates who are able to juggle their work and review at the
Yes.
same time
And
or their
then I
study,
saw,
it's because they
uh,
have a routine type of
yes,
work. Some of them they have shifts, so it's really
yes,
difficult for them to sleep or to balance their time because when they go back from work, they're already tired and they don't have really
yes,
time to study. We really have to structure our study plan in the
yeah,
beginning. So you have to
yes,
start slow because you don't have to rush the exam. All you need to do is to just have your SMART goals. We don't just
mm,
apply this to our patients, but we also apply this to ourselves by
yes, yeah,
prioritizing the task and
priority.
realistic goals. You have to maintain a steady pace of progress para
Yeah.
ma-ensure that you are really well prepared for the
Yeah.
NCLEX. Thank you for sharing, Ma'am Christie. But do you
Yeah,
also
you're welcome.
experience any stress and anxiety all throughout your NCLEX preparation, and how do you overcome those?
Yes, a lot. We're in the same boat. We experience stress, anxiety, and it's normal because we deal a lot of things in between with our review, with working, with taking care of our loved ones. So it's normal for us to feel stressed and anxious, especially if we don't really have that grasp of knowledge like with that, oh, I'm still confused with this. And then there comes a lot of factors, external factors. That's why you have to allocate a time for yourself, like you have to distress, you have to do something that can distress you, just like me. Few days preparation for my exam, like April 30, and then I think I watched my favorite, concert, the Incubus. I was standing there just in front of them. So I think it elevates my serotonin level because I was really anxious, because it's normal, when you're preparing for something big, then you will be anxious. You will feel anxious. You have to do something which is like healthy for you or helpful for you to distress, or you talk to someone. IPass offers us like the best stress management, then the yoga. It's very helpful. So yeah, it's not like morally and academic like in reviewing what they're offering, and then you can message them, can ask for guidance if you have confusion. So you have to reach out.
Thank you for sharing, Ma'am Christie. Here at IPAS, we provide holistic care to our
Yes.
students. We just don't provide the lectures, but we also provide some wellness
Exactly.
sessions. We also provide psychometricians where you are able to talk with regards to your concern. And we also have psychologists, professional psychologists that you can talk to. So you just have to reach out to your coaches if you're really need to speak to a psychologist. Don't be shy because it
Yeah.
will really help you with your exam. It's really norm to really speak to someone who you can share about your feelings, and somehow it will help you lessen your anxiety. It's really normal to have stress and anxiety during this preparation, right? So all we have to
Correct.
do is to just reflect, what are the things that can help me alleviate the stress? So probably you can talk to your family, have some dates with your loved ones, spend
Yes.
time watching Netflix and all.
Yes.
So you don't have to deprive yourself like what Mom
Yes,
Christie have
exactly. It's
mentioned.
fair.
You should not be depriving yourself at all, because balance is really important. If you're able to balance your love life and your work, for sure you're able to balance your study and work at the
Yeah.
same time. So, Ma'am Christine, were you able to maintain your confidence throughout your preparation process?
Actually, sir, to be honest, when you are already there, you've lost your confidence, but then you have to go back with all the learning that you've learned. All our mentors, they will really speak for you because, of course, you are very anxious time. So, oh my God, you have a lot of, you are doubtful already, but then you just have to go back. So, remember the things that our coaches, our mentors discussed with us. They will really help. They will just like sit beside you. So sometimes if I think of something, if I answer and then, oh, I remember this. Mom Rosanna mentioned this one. So yeah, you just have to answer it with that, and then with the knowledge, not with ignorance. Because we are already equipped. But that's up to you. If you really review by heart, and the Moodle will really help you. That structured Moodle for us. That's for us. So you just have to follow how they structure the review. It will really help you gain your confidence.
That's really true, Ma'am Chrissy. I totally agree with you. So the moment you started your NCLEX preparation, you have to at least plan it every week and have your weekly goals, or even so daily
Yes.
goals. So you really do have to anticipate that there's still a lot of things that you have to learn. So it will add up to your stress. But if you have planned, if you have a weekly plan, do a self-reflection. What have you learned during those weeks? It will somehow help you assess yourself. What knowledge have I gained during this week? What are my weaknesses?
Yes.
What are my strengths? So that you will know what to focus on in the near future.
Yes, exactly, sir. So you have to assess also yourself or the things that you will need more further because it's really broad. Just like me, like especially I like those three the cardio, the respite, and the renal. Because
Uh,
we really, to be honest, during our way back, so they don't like that they don't like that concept because of the terms. They're very
mm-mm.
hard to remember. So I really neglected that concept. But then that's why here when I had my review, so I really rewatch everything. The things that I feel I'm in the weakest in that concept. So I rewatch, re-listen, and then answer everything. So it's effective for retention and it will really improve your critical thinking skills. Once you grasp the concept that you feel you are weak, you feel that that's your weakest. Once you grasp that, and then it will be included in your the questions in NCLEX. It will really like, oh my god, I did it. Something like that. Like it's like a winning.
I really can say, Ma'am Chrissy, that you have really prepared well with your NCLEX preparation. From the moment you start, you already know what's your goal in the beginning. The moment you have mastered the concept of IPass online review, when is the best time for you to do your practice questions? There are a lot of students who are asking that. When shall I start my practice questions?
For me, I usually, after watching of course, the concept for today, so I'll go with practicing questions. I'll answer questions. And also, like in La Charity, they have this concept that focusing on some concepts related with the review that you had. So, yeah, I do that after. And then when I finished my 3-month course of that's the time I focus on more on answering questions. And if I have some confusion, so I will just go back. Like, so after that, I focus on answering practice questions after 3 months of review. So, but sometimes I also attended like just listening, then just like recalling and recalling because you can attend even if your 3-month review has already finished. So you can still attend, you can still listen. So the more you listen, the more you attend, the more the retention would be, and then it will be back up with answering questions. So yeah, you can assess yourself. Oh my god, I have a better understanding because I have high score. So you work on those. You still have confusion and you didn't have much confidence with that concept.
I totally agree with that, Ma'am Christie. The moment you have already honed your concepts in IPass online review, that's the time that you'll be able to do your practice questions. But you also have to read something before you do your practice questions.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll be able to forget those things.
Yeah, that's why you have go on with your Moodle because the concept also, aside from the videos, they will be posting there the concept that they discuss. So you have to go at least go over with that. Then yeah, you we don't have to stop reading. You have to read
Yeah,
it.
you have to still continue even do your when you're doing your practice questions. You never stop
Yes,
reading or anything, or else you will forget those concepts.
because repetition is the key.
Miss Christie, how do you feel immediately after completing the NCLEX?
I took my exam, then I finished it like less than 2 hours. I stopped at
Mm.
90. I think around 1 hour and 30 minutes. It stopped. So after that, I was really like, I feel totally blank because I stood up and then when I saw my examinees, they're still answering. Then maybe I was the first one who finished the exam because for me, I was really like answering. I am used because of my practice.
Mm-mm.
I allocate time and then I have to like for example I answer 100 items for
Mm.
1 hour. So I have to finish that in just 30 to 45 minutes. It really helped me also in the command with the language since I am an English major. So it's easier for me to read. But if you're not, then we can develop that reading skills like faster, because when you read faster, with under of course with understanding, you can
Yeah.
answer also easier. So that's why it took like less than 2 hours to finish the 90 item test. So when I stood up, oh my god, I'm already finished. And then they're still answering, and then I was just like still like I was shocked. Then I went down, then I just walked from, I think because I live in Magallanes, I just walked at the middle of the day. My exam was like started like 12 p.m. and I finished like a quarter to 2. So it
Mhm.
was very hot. It was very hot. Then I would just walk. Then I was contemplating with my last question. I was really translating it into Tagalog, into into Bisaya or vernacular. Am I really answering that right? Because that word is very, the double negation, something like that. So it's
Mhm.
very tricky. You have to analyze the sentence. So the whole time until I did not remember, I reached already my home. So I think it was
Oh.
like 3 kilometers away. So I was just walking around Ayala and then going to the malls there, just walking. Then the whole time I was contemplating with my last question. Because that was like 2 days, because the result will be out around 48 to 62 hours with the help of IPass. So until that time, I was still translating my
Mm.
answer because it was like not in a simple sentence. Then I was really anxious, waiting for the result. But after that, I remember those questions. So I scan it with the book, or I researched it. There are some questions that I still remember, and then when I found out that, oh my god, I answered the right one. Oh yeah, it was really like varied. Like the variability of the question is not the concept is like varied. So it will just pop out like there is maternal, there's pedia, there's, yeah, something
Mhm.
like that. So it was varied, and then it was like a surprise.
Thank you for sharing, Ma'am Christie. And we are really happy with your success. With that, we
Thank you,
would like
sir.
to present to you your IPass certificate. This certificate is proudly presented to Christy V. Montano for successfully passing the NCLEX RN examination. This serves as a proof that the successful candidate indicated in this certificate is a safe nurse based on the USA Standards of Nursing Practice, signed by Sir J. Padong and Sir Mark Zaspa. Congratulations, Ma'am Christie.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
One last thing, how did the entire IPass, from IPass Processing and IPass Online Review and Mentoring Academy, help you in achieving your American dream?
Yeah, it's beyond my expectation. Like it really helped me and hassle free, and then it saved time, and especially the staff that I am talking with, they're very accommodating, and they will really walk through with you with the entire processing. Where they will really assist you, and if you have question, you can ask them. They're very accommodating, and that's why I'm very thankful I found IPass.
Thank you for the trust, Ma'am Christie. And we are really grateful for you. Ma'am Christie, huge congratulations again on passing the NCLEX. Your determination and hard work have really brought you to this moment. So I know a lot of passers are waiting for their moment to guest here at Hope Talk. And
Yeah.
wishing you all the best in your nursing career. And remember, you passed with
I pass.
IPass processing, processing